dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, police are trying to help some Whitley County small business owners find a trailer they say was stolen over the weekend. WYNT's Hannah Reynolds talks to workers at Pruitt's Farm Supply about how thefts like this affect them.
Owners at Pruitt Farm Supply say on Tuesday they were standing on the porch outside of their business across the road when they noticed that one of their trailers was missing. Co-owner Dean Pruitt says he has had the farm supply business since 1996 and nothing has ever been stolen. Pruitt says he lives just across the road. Owners say the trailer cost between $1,500 and $2,000. And now there will be an additional couple thousand to put up security cameras. They say as a local business, taking a monetary hit of several thousands of dollars affects them.
What's next? You know, you've got stuff that you can't put on under lock and key all the time, so you wonder, you know, what's next, and you can't stay up all night and guard it.
Owners say if anyone has any information on the stolen trailer, to please contact the Whitley County Sheriff's Department. In Whitley County, Hannah Reynolds, WYNT Mountain News.
Owners say they have several people reaching out and helping, and they hope that will help them find the trailer soon.
Well, it's been a little bit chilly here in the mountains. At least that sunshine is out a little bit sooner, I think, than we were expecting. You'll notice as we take a look at a few of those cameras looking along Interstate 64 in Moorhead, those thick clouds at times, so those starting to clear out with plenty of sunshine. Much of the same story looking down into downtown Whitesburg. You're still seeing those puffy white clouds every once in a while, but overall you can see those blue skies and sunshine hopefully warming us up just a little bit. Now that cold front pushed through early this morning. We still have some scattered chances across the mountains, but you see those skies starting to clear as well. So as we scan the skies now, you'll notice a little bit of a shower over into Morgan County, parts of Wayne County over into West Virginia, and even over into Logan County as well. Maybe a light shower over into Knott County. The rest of us are remaining dry. We'll see that trend continue as we head into those overnight hours. Temperatures upper 60s to lower 70s. We talked about those mid 60s for highs yesterday, but that sunshine came out a lot sooner and warmed us up. Pretty thankful for that. You'll notice a little bit warmer down into the Cumberland Valley, but it's really those wind speeds. So out of the west to about the northwest, anywhere from 10-15 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour at times. So that's what's making it feel probably just a little bit cooler out there than it is. So as we head through the rest of the evening hours, temperatures do continue to drop, with those skies clearing overnight. It's looking like a very chilly night and just a chilly start to your Friday. I'll have the rest of that Friday forecast and this nice weekend forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right, Paige, thank you. It is one of Netflix's hottest shows, 13 Reasons Why, a show where the main character commits suicide, will debut its third season this summer. It has sparked controversy since it began 2 years ago, and many say it is not properly educating kids about the topics of bullying, sexual assault, and suicide. WYNT's Will Puckett has more about a project in the works to educate Kentucky kids.
I felt like this whole thing was going to be over.
It is one of the hottest series out there.
But it's not.
But some worry it is sending the wrong message.
After 13 Reasons Why, we were seeing reports of kids as young as 8 years old binge watching the series.
Kentucky Regional Prevention Centers, the Rising Center, and Horizon are teaming up to put on a series for Kentucky kids, bringing light to the subjects left in the dark in 13 Reasons Why.
We can create a video series where we can talk about prevention, bystander intervention, getting kids engaged in different strategies and tools to cope with these things.
So they are doing this, taking part in hopefully turning the tide and helping a peer who may need it most.
Episode 2, scene 60, take 1, mark.
A 12-episode series called The Pact, with Kentucky kids to educate students across the Commonwealth on the plethora of problems covered in the series.
Take a picture, it'll last longer. In 7th grade, I was physically bullied, and I actually played the bully. It's totally different from what I was going through, but...
Callie Denton calls on her past experience to play the bully Hayden. She saw the series. Her counterpart, the one being bullied, Aaliyah Lindbergh, she's never seen it.
I'm not allowed to.
Lindbergh plays Phoenix. She was not allowed to watch the series at home because of the effect it had on a family friend.
Things got really rough, so I'm not allowed to even look at her.
So now the two play opposite of each other. One a bully, the other bullied.
To show kids that, you know, if someone's being a bully, stand up for them. Don't, pull back. Use your voice.
All to change the terrifying numbers this series seems to be lighting a fire to. In Breathitt County, Will Puckett, WYMT, Mountain News.
The series is expected to be completed and in Kentucky schools by the spring of 2020. President Donald Trump says there is nothing wrong with accepting dirt on a political opponent from a foreign government, and he would want to hear it. The president told ABC News he has no problem accepting opposition research on a political challenger from a foreign government. Here's a portion of that interview.
This is somebody that said, we have information on your opponent. Oh, let me call the FBI. Give me a break. Life doesn't work that way.
The FBI director says that's what should happen.
The FBI director is wrong.
In tweets this morning, the president explained his comments, saying that he meets and talks with foreign governments every day and that he should not have to immediately call the FBI afterwards. Senate Democrats are seeking unanimous consent to pass a bill requiring campaigns notify the FBI about foreign contacts. Congress wants to speak with two former Trump officials who pleaded guilty in the Mueller investigation. The House Intelligence Committee issued subpoenas for former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and former campaign deputy Rick Gates. The duo pleaded guilty in the special counsel's probe before cooperating in the investigation. The committee wants to speak to the pair about counterintelligence issues brought up in the Mueller report. No date has been set for any potential testimony. Tensions are flaring again with Iran after two oil tankers were reportedly attacked in the region just 1 month after the U.S. accused Iran of sabotaging 4 other ships. Iranian state media claims this is the aftermath of an overnight attack near the Strait of Hormuz. It is the main port of entry for transporting oil from the Middle East. The owner of the Japanese ship says 2 shells hit the tanker, setting fire to the engine room. A torpedo hit another ship. A Middle East expert says building trust between the U.S. and Iran is difficult since the U.S. pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal last year.
Iran is not going to come to the table from a position of weakness. They are going to want to come to the table when something is offered to them.
An American defense official tells CBS News it is highly likely Iran is responsible for the damage and rejects Iran's claims it rescued all 44 crew members from the vessels. Head over to Wall Street now on this Thursday afternoon. The Dow closes up today, more than 101 points. When your child is on the bus, do you wonder how far the bus is from home or where its location is? A Wisconsin school district is planning to unveil an app next year that will answer those questions. The smartphone app, called Where's My Bus, is based off a partnership between the school district and the district's main bus carrier. The app will allow parents to check and see where their child's bus is in relation to home. A school board member says the app was made with parents in mind.
It will certainly let parents know, obviously, where their child is, as far as after school, making sure somebody's home for them, if the bus is running late, or even if the bus is early.
She also says the app could help alert parents if there was an emergency, such as a bus crash. She hopes once the app unveils next year, she thinks other districts will follow suit. Graduation is an important day for every student, but it was nearly ruined for one young student in Virginia. For a 5th grader at George Mason Elementary, he needed his shoes repaired yesterday for graduation. After glue failed to glue his shoe back together, George Mason Elementary substitute teacher Vaughn Lewis knew what he had to do. He gave the student his own pair of shoes to wear across the stage.
I almost cried. I was so thankful. That's just how Mr. Lewis is.
I told him that he had to make a promise to me because it was nothing for me to do something like that to him. But he has to be in mind. He has to keep in mind that one day he's going to be in a position as Mr. Lewis, and he has to do the same.
Lewis has been substitute teaching at the school for 4 months. He is also a mentor in the Brothers United mentoring program for young men of color. Lewis says he hopes to open his own school one day. The California National Guard selected the first woman to command a U.S. Army infantry division. This moment marks a turning point as Brigadier General Laura Yeager helps redefine the roles of women in the military. Yeager grew up in a military family and says she first joined in 1986 to pay for college. But she grew to love the adventure, eventually flying Black Hawk helicopter missions in Iraq.
I think that most women, once they got in, they would realize this is a great job. This is a profession that I can really show my worth.
General Yeager will be responsible for the training and readiness of units from 9 states and territories, including California and Guam. Yeager takes command later this month. Straight ahead on First at 4, a sheriff's deputy who is also a pastor is defending his comments after saying the government should kill gay people during a sermon.
And your Friday forecast is looking perfect. But what about the weekend? I'll look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.